This is my super quick and easy recipe for soy marinated eggs. So here are all the ingredients you need. It's very simple. You start with any type of egg you want, any size egg. That'll just slightly change the boiling time, but you can figure that out. Low sodium soy sauce, because they're going to sit in soy sauce, so the less salt the better. Mirin, I use it. You don't have to. I didn't use it from the beginning, so you can swap it in and out if you don't love it. And a mason jar that is large enough to fit all of your eggs. Another key is older eggs, for me, peel better, but the trick I'm going to show you next, I think, will change how that works for you and make them work a little bit better. So take your egg, find the fatter spot, and tap it gently with a little pressure. And that sound right there, that sounded like the egg cracking. That's the membrane snapping, and it'll make peeling these so much easier. Trust me. Next, you want to put water in a pot. All-clad pots, I love these. You want to put it so it's just about egg height, because when you put them all in, they're going to raise the water level. So you want it right around just as high as the eggs overall go. This is where I like to put them in, not full rolling boil yet, and I like to use tongs because they're obviously quite warm. If one of the eggs cracks here, it's fine as long as egg doesn't start leaking out. That's all you want to stop. You may see cracks form, that's totally fine. Just keep going and you'll be totally okay. Once you get them all in, keep letting the water come to a boil. You don't have to get it super rip-roaringly hot, but I do like to get it to this point here, which is like a nice rolling boil, and try to keep it there. Too hot, and I find sometimes it does crack the eggs, but this is kind of a good medium point. So turn your heat down until your water looks like this, and it's not bubbling way too much or getting, a little out of control. The next step, you want to drain your eggs. This is, basically just hard boil eggs. I did forget to mention you want to boil them for 6.5 minutes for the large size egg. 6.5. That'll get you to the insides I show. If you want them to be more cooked or less cooked, you adjust based on that, but 6.5. Run them under cool water. Very simple. You're not trying to do much here. You're just trying to stop the cooking, which is a very, very simple thing to do. Keep running them under cold water, and then you're going to add ice. Once you add ice, that's going to start dropping the temperature of the water, which is very good. And then I like to kind of swirl it with my hands. This makes sure that the water's moving, it's spreading the temperature, and it is increasing the temperature steadily in there. And then you want to let these sit in the icy water for anywhere between 5 to 15 minutes. The goal here isn't to make them cold, it's just to make them cool enough that they are not too hot to handle. Okay. Next up, you got to peel the eggs. This is how we do it. Give them little tippy taps, peel them. These are brand new eggs, which for me normally peel very difficult, but as you can see here, these peel super easily. The shell should just come right off from when you snap the membrane like that, which makes it a super easy process. You want to get all the egg shell pieces off, but it's not necessarily because they're going to go sit and float in the bath, so that's totally fine. And then just go ahead and crack the rest of your eggs. Then throw out your shells and move on. So making the broth, or whatever you like to soak them in the marinade here, I like to just, there's no real, set numbers I use here. You want to pour in soy sauce. You're basically looking for color. Color is the important part. So once you add a little bit just to help slide the eggs down so they're not smashing onto a very hard bottom, then take the remainder of the liquid, put in a little splash of mirin. You don't need a lot. This is just a slight bit for flavor, but that's probably maybe 2 teaspoons, maybe 3. And then fill this with water. You want to be looking for basically that right there. It's dark, but you can see the eggs floating in it, and that is the main goal. Seal that up, throw that into your fridge, let that sit anywhere from 6 to 24 hours. The longer you let it sit, the darker they're going to get and the saltier they're going to get. So you got to find out what you like. I also like to take them every once in a while because you can see they kind of sink and they'll get bald spots where they're touching it. I like to flip it. I like to turn these sideways, and then you're going to be good to go. Once these have been in there for however long you deem that you want them to be marinated, you're going to pull them out and you're going to cut them open, and they're going to be beautiful. I like to put these into ramen. I like to eat these just warmed up a little bit with a little bit of salt sprinkled on top. There's a lot you can do with them, but these are absolutely delicious. I will normally make these get a little darker than that, but I wanted these to be a little bit on the less salty, less sodium filled side. And then you're good. Slice that bad boy open and you'll see that beautiful yolky center. You can, if you cook them a little more, they'll get a little more gel-like, which some ramen places do, but I like them runny like this. You just don't want that egg white to be too raw. And bam, that's perfect. That's as good as it gets, and I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll have a lot more recipes coming up soon, and try these. These are absolutely delicious.